instead of the Dragonscale. But I think they just mixed and matched and made things the way they wanted. I don't see anything wrong with that. So we'll continue to go through these. And some of these look, I don't know, again, almost like a swimsuit or something. And then some just look skimpy. Now, I couldn't tell much difference in this one and the last one. There are some differences if you look at them, but not a huge difference. And then this one, I think this one has just gotten, I think this is like bare bones, as little as we can wear and still call it something. So now we're going to look at the boots, and I think those are the vanilla boots. And I'm not going to go to too much trouble, but the boots, some of them are taller than others. And those have like a little shield, kind of like a kneecap shield in front. And then that goes more up to like the thigh. And then here we go with the non-symmetrical. Oh, this is the second non-symmetrical. There's not a huge difference. It looks like they added some more dragon bone, I'm going to say, but this is supposed to be Dragonscale. Here's another anti-symmetrical thing. If you like it, you're wrong. No. Anyway, and then there's only two gauntlets. So there's just the normal gauntlets, and then these, which is spiked on both sides, but one side is kind of plated and the other isn't. And I didn't think too much of that either. So then we move to the Dwarven armor. Now this is the standard vanilla Dwarven armor, right? You're used to seeing this. It's just she's wearing the replaced fitted version, but still. And then here we get into some different ones. It's pretty nice in its own way. I like the way they do the purple. And that's similar. Still got a little more metal to it. Still not symmetrical up around the shoulders. Gonna drive me crazy. And then there's this, which looks like she has a mythic dawn robe underneath her armor. That's what it looks like. That's just how it looks to me. Alright. So here's another version. And maybe I'm taking too long. Sorry, I just thought you'd want to see these. Or at least have the opportunity. You can always skip through if you don't want to see them all. I like the purple cloth they use better than that other. Well, okay, there we go. So this is one of the skimpier ones for the Dwarven. And there are some others. I don't want you to think there's not. There are. So here's another one. Oh, okay. So this is probably... There might be one more that's about like this. I don't know. Let's see. There's a couple more to look at. Yeah, that one's similar in... Alright, so... Alright, so that's the last one of those. Now we can look at some of the boots. Now some of the boots, I think those are like the vanilla boots, more or less. And then some of the boots are going to be different. I like some of the different style of boots. I think, are those supposed to be heels? I think those are supposed to be heels, but as you can see, the heels just end up clipping into the floor, so it doesn't really matter. But there's some different boots. Those are, you know, taller and longer, and they're not all metal. See, these are back to more of the vanilla shape. Not anything really, not really a big deal. These are some taller boots here. That's about as tall as you get, I guess, without being full-on pants, right? I mean... And then these two, which I think I kind of liked those. Can't remember. Yeah, I don't think I liked the bulky ones as much. Yeah, okay. So, that's the boots. Now I was going to take the boots off, and we'll try some of the gauntlets. I don't think there's a lot of gauntlets to look at. There's not much difference in those. There's this, which I kind of liked. It almost looks like you have an exoskeleton arm type of thing going on. Did I like that? Maybe I liked that. And then there's that's okay. Pardon me. Alright, I had to have some water. I apologize for that. Hopefully I haven't messed up my sound any. Okay, so that's the gauntlets. Now the Dwarven headbands, I really don't care much for this one. Oh wait, is this the one? It doesn't have the... Oh, I thought it had the thing. It doesn't have it. Okay, well in that case it's okay. And then there's this headband, which that's one of the ones I liked the best. It's kind of a unique appearance. I kind of like that. And then there's nothing wrong with this one either. It's just a plain band. Then, of course, there's the old helmet, but I don't think... Yeah, I have invisible helmets on. Let's see if the new helmet shows. Now, the new helmet shows... Huh. So, you could have that. And let's see if this one shows. They didn't do helmets for everything. Oh. So, you could have that. Alright, so let's see, we were moving on past this stuff, right? Right, okay, so the hide armor. I think this is probably the one that's just fitted. More of a vanilla style. And then this is from the Book of UUNP. And you can tell these tend to run a little skimpier. Not awful. I mean, they're kind of like I said, kind of like bathing suits in a way. Then you have some hide boots, and I think those are the standard ones. And then you have some that are fluffier, and it's really not a big deal. And then you have those, which are really bulkier. And then you have some different bracers. I think those are the standard ones. Then you have those a little bigger, a little longer. So then we have these hide bracers, which are back to being smaller again. I don't see much difference in those hide bracers, really. So then we have the iron armor. We'll take those bracers off. Pardon me. And this is like the fitted version, more of the standard. And then here we get into some of the ones from this mod, which some of them look a little janky, like, you know, okay, let's just say it. We have metal nipple shields. That's what we have, okay? I'm just going to say it. That's what that is. And other than that, that's just kind of pasted on or tied on to the top of a hide outfit. All right. Now it's funny though, and it's whatever. It's whatever you like, really. I just get a kick out of it. I think it's kind of funny. And here you go. This is another variation of the iron. And here, this is a more, well, maybe not reasonable, but it's another variation of the iron, which... And then there's that. That looked like it just added the shoulders to it. And then this filled in the belly a little bit with like a barmaid's outfit. See that? So I'm not complaining. I'm just saying I'm trying to notice what these things are. It's funny. And then this is just with the metal belted on. We've got the metal nipple shields just pop right on. You know, nothing underneath. So and this has, I guess, some kind of mesh or webbing underneath it. And let's see, this last one. Yeah, it looks like we're back to a combination of fur and iron armor. And nothing wrong with any of these, though. I mean, I'm just telling you what I'm seeing. I'm sure it's not a surprise to you. You can see it too. And then there's going to be some different boots here, but I don't see anything really that fantastic. It's just good for you to know that you have options. Actually, those might have been the better boots. Right there. They seem to go with the rest of it. And then you do have a few gauntlets. I think that's the standard ones. And then this is something a little different. These are, I guess those are just like fur with the iron clamped on. Kind of the same thing here. Alright, so I think that's all the gauntlets. So let's look at the Orcish armor. Now that should be, yeah, that should be the styled, the fitted normal one. And then these should be some new variations. And you'll recognize some of these variations are similar. It's variations on a theme, things you've seen in the other sets already. Alright, so let's see. Maybe I'm taking too long. Sorry. We'll try to move along a little better. But they do make the Orcish ones look a little tougher. And then I think here's another Orcish armor. And now we're getting into maybe the skimpier side of things. Well, let's see what that's going to look like. Alright. Oh, and it's like a combination of the bear armor and the Orcish armor. And it looks like they've just added some fur in and around that. So this one's kind of like the swimsuit attire. I'm not sure if this is a combination. Well, it's got like the little claws. Maybe it's supposed to be like a saber tooth fur. Now this is like the tiny one. I don't think you're going to get any others that are tinier than that. So those are the boots. I think those are like the standard boots. Then you get some. There aren't a lot of. I'm not sure if the boots are really worth that much time. They really made a lot of different boots here. I guess it depends on whether or not you want your girl to have huge boots or not. It's up to you. So you notice that these boots have a combination. They're higher and they look a little bit like the Dragonbone boots at times. Same here. These boots are higher and they look a little bit like the Dragonbone boots. Not exactly. But you can tell they're a variation of a theme. Same with these. Alright, so we got those, which are not the same on both sides, which means they're not symmetrical, which drives me crazy, right? I'll get over it. Anyway, so these are, we'll just call these the skull boots. Those are pretty good. So let's see. So that was the skull boots. These are some more that are not symmetrical. And then this is the Orcish circlet, which nothing wrong with that. And then you can try the Orcish gauntlets. There's actually a number of those, more than I expected. I don't know that they're worth paying that much attention to. You do get some variations. You'll notice some differences, but not huge differences. Let me just do it this way. So that's a little higher sleeve on those. Well, yeah, ever since there. Okay. So let's see what these are. These go back. Those are just the skull ones. I guess those would go with the skull boots. And then we move on into the scaled armor. I think that's the standard scaled armor. So this is one of the skimpier scaled armors. And then here, it's the other one. So the two they added are pretty good. And then you get the scaled boots. The scaled boots vary, if I remember correctly, kind of like the hide boots. They're similar to that. They kind of bounce up and down a little bit. And that's fluffier than the others. And then the bracers aren't too much different. Like I think that, see, that adds like a sleeve up her arm. But it's not a big deal. Then we have the steel armors. Now this is the normal steel armor without the shoulders. This is that same armor with the shoulders. Nothing unusual there. And then we get into this, and this is like a one-piece type of situation. It's not totally bad. So here we go. This is a different one. This is patterned a little bit after like the ancient Nord, if you remember that. And this is one of the skimpiest of the skimpy, I believe, right here. I mean, basically, that's, you can't get much less than that. Though they try with this one, but these are just skimpy steel armors. Then you go back to some others, which are a little more, I want to say a little more reasonable, but you know, and this is kind of, you know, the steel version of that hide outfit. So again, this is kind of like a one piece with a little extra stuff on the arms and legs. And here, there's even a little more protection here, if you like that. And then, here we go. It's kind of like hide with some iron or steel armor, you know, kind of popped on it. Then there's this. Shows a little bit of the what do you say, the midriff or the belly button and all that. And then here we go into some versions that are skimpier, but they still have some more reasonable protection. Though we're back to the shields on that one, if you know what I mean. Let's see, so did we see this one? Hold on a second. So this is another one of the skimpy ones, but it has a little more added to it. And the same here with this one. here, yeah, here we're going more back to the one-piece design again with some extra stuff. Not symmetrical though, you know that bothers me. But still, that one's pretty good if you're looking for something that's a little fun but not too unrealistic. And I guess same with this one, it's not too different. Alright, this looks like a mashup of the steel and the fur. If you remember, there's like a fur set similar to that. And then this is, I don't know, this is just steel, right? Just a different version of steel. Alright, so then they have the steel boots, which there's some variations of that. Nothing really that wonderful. You see them, you know, some look different than others, some are bigger than others. Oh, and here's the steel circlet, in case you wanted to see it. It just, you know, it's just blue and kind of silvery steel. So here's the steel gauntlets. And there's not going to be probably a lot to see with these either. Just some variations in sizing. And like those, I kind of like